This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude.
And I have to warn everyone, warning, what you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
Every day there's some new nonsense that happens on YouTube, that just pisses me off. Like, for example, last night, I get notification that Blair Witch Part 2, that's right, my Blair Witch playthrough, Part 2 has been flagged as not appropriate for all ages, so, therefore, it has no ads on it. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, so what it is there's a scene where you discover a dead body. And the dead body, honestly, looks kind of realistic. It's like a brutal murder. And because of that, they it's not suitable for all ages. I'm like, so YouTube cannot tell the difference between fantasy and reality. They can't. They think that a fantasy game, that's a horror game, it's themed to be horror, and obviously in a horror game, you're going to have some dead bodies. That's the point of a horror game, right? They can't make the determination between fake and real. So if someone posted up a real dead body, right, that could be demonetized. But if you post up a fake dead body randomly in a video game, sometimes that'll get demonetized too. It's just stupidity. And that's why I literally do not rely on YouTube anymore for income. I can't. Can you imagine if I tried to be a content creator and still relied on YouTube with all the stupid shit that happens? So I rely primarily on you guys to crowdfund my streams.
Understand that contributions are mandatory.
Alright, Turkey Burger did a 50-bit cheer and says, now that you have embraced the Why Am I Toxic meme, there's a cool remix of you using the sound clip. You should give it use during the pre-stream. And then he gave me a link. I haven't looked at it. Maybe I will give it a look. I don't know. Maybe I won't. It depends on time. Today I'm going to be very busy doing a ton of shit between the streams. So I don't know if I'll have any time to look at it today, but thank you for the suggestion, and thank you for the cheer. You're the first cheer of the day. Let me get you up on the leaderboard. Continuing on, Darkside Felipe did a 50-bit cheer. So morning, Phil. Really enjoyed the stream yesterday, and looking forward to the conclusion. Is Jasper joining us? Not for this game, as you guys know. Jasper joins us for the late streams. During the daytime, he spends time with Kat while Kat is home. So he'll be spending time with Kat today, and then maybe later tonight he'll join us. It depends, because I know Kat might actually not be going to work today for various reasons. I'm not sure. I have to confirm with her what's going on. But maybe I could still leave the door open tonight. Anyway, it really depends, because if Kat is home, more than likely she's going to be playing some games. And if she does, then I have to have my door closed, or else you're going to hear Skyrim across the hall. So, let's see what happens tonight. I don't know yet. But either way, I'll have the light down real dark again for Blair Witch later tonight. The goat laugh counter tipped me $1. So we already settled that your laugh does not sound like ack ack, and is a negative depiction of yours. What about the goat laugh?
Oh my god! That was great! Oh my god!
You fill the dead air with. Is that a positive meme? Do you use it subconsciously or on purpose? Can we say it in the chat? I'm not even aware. I guess it's a meme now. A goat laugh. Okay. How does a goat laugh? I guess I would have to hear that and see if it actually sounds like a goat laugh or not. Okay. I don't necessarily think that a goat laugh is a bad thing. Right? I don't think that sounds terrible or whatever. I don't know how a goat laughs. You would think a goat would laugh like a sheep, like meh. I'm pretty sure when I laugh, I don't go meh. Right? Then again, maybe that's not how a goat laughs. I don't know how a fucking goat laughs. I don't have a goat. I think I've seen goats maybe like 4 times ever in my life going to petting zoos and stuff when I was a kid. There you go, $1 tip from Goat Laugh Counter. I really don't give a shit. Seriously, like, this is such kiddie stuff at this point. It really is, like, the stuff that people do to try to get laughs and try to create memes so that people will oh, this viral feeling of belonging because we all say the same thing. When Phil laughs, we all say it sounds like a goat. And then we feel like we belong because we all have the same hive mind mentality because we're brainless idiots.
All I can taste is the saltiness.
I mean, okay, fine. Go ahead. If you want to be a lemming, go right ahead and have that hive mind mentality of because you feel that you have like a meme established that everyone says when something happens on my streams. If you feel like that gives you value, I guess you can do that. For me, that's like incredibly immature, and that's something that like a child does to feel like they have friends. When in reality, you know, most people don't need to do that because they don't feel like worthless, and they don't try to give themselves value by saying I understand a meme. Especially because I mean, what does a goat sound like? meh. Okay, that's what I sound like when I laugh. Okay, from now on, I'm just gonna say when something's funny, I'm gonna go, instead of going, or, I'm gonna say, meh. That's what I'll do on streams from now on. Okay? And then maybe you'll have some validity to what you're saying. Or, you could actually grow a pair of balls and grow a brain and be your own individual. And stop parroting things that other people tell you to say so that you feel like you're somebody. And actually have some kind of individual, like, identity, you know? But, you know, that, like I said, that takes balls and that actually takes, like, self-determination and, you know, feeling of self-worth and not just following a group mentality. So you actually have to be like a strong individual to do that, and not many people are like that, you know.
Oniony, salty aftertaste in my mouth.
Timbo Slice cheered and he said a lot of games are M-rated these days. Do you and other people wait. I can't even read this.
You're an idiot.
Basically what he's saying is YouTube age restrictions are weird, and, you know, age restrictions on videos on YouTube aren't like age restrictions on games. And he's right. Like, there's a lot of M-rated games, right? And they're supposed to be for, what is that, ages 17 or up or whatever? Here's the thing, and here's the truth of the matter, is age restrictions are stupid and don't work. Because age restrictions are based on when someone creates an account on YouTube, they put in, oh, this is how old I am. You could have a 5-year-old who says they're 27 years old, and there's nothing to verify that on YouTube. So all you need to do on YouTube to see adult-rated content is say you're older than you are, and you immediately have access to all of that content. I mean, you have to be a real moron to create an account on YouTube and say you're 5 years old, and now you can't see age-restricted content. You know, how dumb can you be? So age restrictions don't work at all. They're completely stupid. Now, I think where some concern comes in is that age restrictions on YouTube also can limit advertisements. So, for example, if there's a game that's very gory, or a game, you know what I mean? Like, we're talking definitely adult-oriented stuff. And those videos get flagged as age-restricted. Now, anyone who's considered old enough to watch them can still watch them, but YouTube will consider them not valid for all advertisers, see? And I think that's a major concern. I think that's actually what happened to the Zombie Go Boom channel that they sued YouTube years ago. I think what happened was in 2017, after the YouTube apocalypse, they just did this blanket release of flag shit automatically. And apparently they determined that the Zombie Go Boom channel that had a lot of skits about, like, killing zombies and stuff, apparently was adult-oriented. It was not for all audiences, and they took all the ads off the channel completely. So the channel went out of business, and they sued YouTube, and the dumb fuck judge who got involved in the determination said, oh, well, legally YouTube's not obligated to give you anything. Which is actually completely false, because under California labor law, there's all kinds of things like fair practice and everything, and YouTube is under California labor law, yet the judge was just an idiot who didn't actually want to take any time on the case at all, basically because he didn't like the internet, and said, oh, I'm just going to fucking do a blanket ruling so we never even have to go to trial on this. So, it sucks because in reality, YouTube doing these crazy things could fuck over entire businesses and entire livelihoods just because. And do you want to play the fucking game? Until someone actually takes it to court and gets a judge to take it seriously and stop being a staunchy old bastard that doesn't care about the internet, we're never going to get a real satisfaction out of any of this, and YouTube can just do whatever they want, okay? But I think that's the concern, is what's to stop YouTube one day from saying every horror-themed game is adult-oriented and therefore no one can advertise on game playthroughs of horror games? What's to say that every first-person shooter where people die, oh, there's a little bit of blood, that's adult-oriented. Someone got shot, that's adult-oriented, right? I mean, you're talking the vast majority of video games. I mean, how many games don't have that kind of stuff in it? You'd have to, I mean, just taking a look at my dashboard. Okay, Man of Medan, horror game. Although really there hasn't been any like gory deaths or whatever, I guess you could argue it's adult-oriented. Judgment, there's violence in the streets, adult-oriented. Control, people getting shot, adult-oriented. Call of Duty, adult-oriented. Street Fighter, people beating the shit out of each other with their bare hands, adult-oriented. Dragon Quest Builders 2, okay, you know what? That's one that's probably not adult-oriented. Alright? Life is Strange 2, I guess you could kind of argue it's not, even though there's been, in one episode someone got killed. So I guess that would be adult-oriented, but the rest wouldn't be. Madden 20, I guess that's not adult-oriented. That's passable per YouTube's criteria. Mortal Kombat 11, don't even get me started. Fuck that. MLB The Show, I guess, would be acceptable. The Sinking City, I guess during most of the investigation parts would be alright, but if there's any kind of a violent part where you're fighting monsters, that would be adult-oriented. Borderlands, that's pure adult-oriented killing. Sekiro is pure adult-oriented. See what I mean? So, essentially, if YouTube got really stingy about how they did this stuff, the vast majority of video games could be considered adult-oriented. In which case, what could even be monetized of gameplay on YouTube? You see what I mean? Like, it's a slippery slope. And it's really fucking stupid because, in my opinion, what you're talking about is determining the difference between fantasy and reality. And I'll give you an example here. If someone puts a video up on YouTube of gore that's real, oh my god, someone got brutally murdered, and here's a video of it. Alright? Okay, maybe, yeah, that should probably be age restricted, and yeah, there shouldn't be full advertisements on that video. It's a fucked up, gory, disgusting video. Right? And, you know, you shouldn't have kids watching it, and advertisers probably don't want their ads on it. Okay? But, just a horror-themed video game where fantasy characters, you may find a dead body or whatever, why is that not suitable for advertisements? I'm pretty sure that advertisers advertise on horror movies, on creepy shows. I mean, if this was the case, how could a show like American Horror Story even exist or be popular? No advertisers want to touch it with a 10-foot pole because that's adult-oriented horror, right? And we don't want to advertise on that. There's no profit in that. I mean, that's just stupidity. But that's essentially what YouTube is saying, is that if a game is adult-oriented and it gets flagged... for being adult-oriented, now you can't advertise on it at all. But why? That doesn't make any fucking sense. What it is, it's YouTube having a knee-jerk reaction to the fact that advertisers left the site in droves because of automation. And ads were going on every kind of fucking video possible, including really heavily adult-oriented content that advertisers did not want their ads on. And YouTube, instead of saying, okay, we're going to enforce some good criteria now to make sure this doesn't happen, they just did a blanket ruling that anything that's flagged adult-oriented is going to end up not having ads. And that's why entire businesses have gone out of business. Like I said, that Zombie Go Boom channel was a very popular YouTube channel, and it went out of business because of YouTube being lazy as fuck and not actually wanting to work. And that's essentially what it is. And instead of working to find an active solution to the problem, they put a Band-Aid on it. And the Band-Aid doesn't work, and everyone gets fucked.
Oh my god, dude, just shut up. Just shut up and stop whining. Ugh.
Essentially, I understand exactly what you're saying, Timbo Slice. It is a slippery slope, and I don't know what's going to happen. The good news is, as I've told you guys, I really don't get a lot of profit off of YouTube videos.
I get some, don't get me wrong, I get some, but it's nothing near what I used to, and it's certainly not my primary source of income. So, if this whole thing exploded overnight and YouTube went out of business, I mean, I would just have to find another way to make up for that little bit of income every month. Ayúdame, por favor. Es muy importante. I mean, I need help now. But, I mean, how many times can I yell help before people are like, enough is enough?
But it's not a huge deal. If anything, it would just be worse for my viewers. Because a lot of people can't attend the live streams, okay? But, essentially, YouTube just keeps fucking their website up more and more. Nothing you can do about it. And I agree with you, Timbo, that I think it's really fucking stupid that you have all these games that could be considered adult-oriented, but because YouTube can't determine the difference between fantasy and reality, that now these videos get demonetized. It's just stupidity, and YouTube is just that dumb. Alright? They're a very dumb business. They're not very good. Let's just put it that way.
Ow! Why'd you do that? Why did you do that? Why'd you just go to bite Mommy? Wow. Alright, so you see what pigs can do.
Turkey Burger cheered and said you rely on donations from fans, which I don't have to give you. When we ask for things like DSP tries it or a special event, you make excuses for why you can't do it or put it behind a paywall, kind of hypocritical.
I know I've never put DsP try it behind a paywall. I'm a thief, I'm a scammer, I'm a liar.
Never happened, that's a lie. Special events, I do based on, sub goals, which you guys asked me for. You guys told me stop doing Patreon goals and do sub goals. So you can't have it both ways. You know, I used to do one way. People said, well, we don't really like the patron stuff anymore. Change it to be sub goals now, and that'll motivate people to sub, and we'll have a fun community of people subbing and stuff on Twitch. So I did it, and now you're telling me that I'm hiding it behind a paywall. Turkey Burger, you are an idiot, and you are now permanently banned from the chat because you're obviously just a shithead, and you're just trying to derail stuff so you can go fuck yourself.
I'm a joke. You know, I don't do anything productive. I'm a negative, toxic guy, and everything about me is just laugh jokes, right?
Warren Poo tipped me $1. He says, I got timed out for saying,
Give me money.
can you tell your mods to calm down? They make speaking in your chat feel like walking on eggshells. It's no fun when they're ban happy and take their job too seriously. I agree with you, but at the same time, saying
Give me money
in the stream chat is probably not a good idea. It's probably really fucking stupid. And maybe you should wise up as well and take some responsibility for doing something really stupid in the stream chat. So what I will say is this, I agree with you, you probably shouldn't have been permanently banned or whatever. Actually, you weren't. You were just timed out. So you know what? I agree with the mod situation. They did the right thing. They didn't ban you. They timed you out, which is what should happen when you're being an idiot in stream chat. And hopefully now you learned your lesson and you won't do it again.
Yep, I'm toxic.
Thanks for the $1 tip. So this is a pretty good pre-stream because basically we're laying down the law and these idiots are finally gonna, understand what it is to be, mature adults, I guess. I don't know what else to say. There's a bunch of whiny, petulant stuff here on pre-stream. This is pretty good.
With this salt flavor. Oh.
Alright, continuing on. Rick Grimes Dimes, to me $1. He says, funny you skipped 2 of the best games of the year because they're Switch games. Is it because you have an agenda against Nintendo? Why would you not listen to the demand of your viewers and at least play Astral Chain? Truth of the matter is, I didn't even know Astral Chain was a Switch game. I had no idea. It wasn't until someone brought it up here on the stream chat, the other day that I even knew that it was. I had no clue. I thought it was cross-platform. I really did. I didn't know that Platinum Games was only making it for the Switch. So your point is completely invalid, Rick Grimes. As for the other game you're mentioning, I don't even know what it is. What's the other Switch exclusive game that I skipped? I don't even know. It's not Remnant, right? Remnant isn't a Switch exclusive, is it? I don't even know. To me, that's not the concern at all. I could care less what console the game's on. It's the style of game didn't really appeal to me. What is it? Fire Emblem? People are saying Fire Emblem. Oh, okay. See, again, I didn't even know that was a Switch exclusive. I really didn't. I had no idea.
Wow.
So your point is moot. It's completely false. Russian Love Machine Cheers says, what do you think about streaming websites having competition like DLive, Mixer, etc.? Would you move to one of them if support and popularity for Twitch dies down like how most went to Discord from using Skype? Would I ever consider going somewhere else? Yeah, I'm not married to fucking Twitch. I enjoy being here. I love working with their business, but I'm not 100%, I'm not in some long-term contract with these guys. I'm considered an independent contractor. My contract with Twitch is that I am able to create content on the website daily. I'm able to run advertisements on the videos that I put up here that make money. I'm able to have things like the cheering enabled and the subbing enabled where Twitch takes a cut and I get some. All this is enabled through the partner program. But it's all at will, meaning at any point I can terminate that agreement and I can go on and do somewhere else if I feel like that's a better opportunity. Right now, I know Twitch is my best opportunity. But maybe in the future that'll change. We'll see. Alright? You gotta have an open mind about this stuff too, right?
Twitch loves me and my streams. Twitch is the future.
Did everything correct at a 50-bit cheer. He says, have you ever considered going to the gym now that you're pretty much 40? First of all, I'm 37. I'm not 40, but thanks. He says, you should be more active. You're right, I should be more active. No, I haven't considered going to the gym. I don't have time. I'm here working all day, every fucking day.
That was good.
And then when I'm not working, I'm doing stuff offline with my wife or with Jasper or just stuff around the house. My one day off a week, I spend going out and spending time with my wife that I don't get to see most of the week. So maybe if I didn't work as much, I'd be able to go to the gym. But I can't because I work too much. It's that simple. Alright, a few things.
Devour.
The best way to contribute today, guys, during the live streams is to tip me for a couple reasons. First of all, there's many games coming up this month that I'm going to have to purchase. It is the hardcore gaming season, after all, coming up here. And anything that you tip me can go towards buying stuff for the business, including buying all the games. But in addition to that, this is now the toughest time of the month for me. This first week to 2 weeks of every month, I have to pay a ton of bills. Alright? It sucks, but I just have to. And it all unloads my bank account. I don't get paid by Twitch till the middle of the month. So any tips that you give me via the streams, I'm going to put towards bills, going directly towards those bills, okay? And everything else is great. If you guys want to cheer or sub, pledge to my Patreon, etc., all those things help. But those all have a processing time until I get any positive benefit. By tipping me, I get those funds right away, and I can put it towards bills immediately, all right? So please consider tipping me today as the preferred method of contributions, if at all you can. Tipping helps me more than anything else.
Give me the money.
Darkside Felipe says, have you ever owned or ridden a horse? My name Felipe is the Spanish variant of Phil, which derives from the Greek adjective Philippos, meaning friend of horses.
Lol. Never ridden a horse. I don't know how on earth you think I would have owned a horse.
Actually, I'm pretty confused right now.
I'm not, I didn't grow up on some kind of a ranch. My parents aren't like wealthy landowners who had like, a menagerie of animals. And they got me a horse when I was 5 and I learned how to ride. No, none of that happened, okay? What we can now do is let's check on sub count. We're at 628 subs, excellent. By the way, guys, I just want to forewarn everyone, we're going to see a big dip in subs soon. Just so everyone understands this, that it's not a bad thing. What happened was at the very end of July, that last day of July, we had a big sub bomb that came in because we were at the final day of July. It didn't look like we were going to hit the sub goal. And then all of a sudden, boom, a couple of very generous people came in and gifted a bunch of subs. If I remember correctly, it was like between 40 and 50 subs in one day. And then we hit the sub goal. So that's why we did the Rageathon this month, okay? But those were all gifted subs, and those are going to expire. So just to forewarn everybody, probably tomorrow, or even over the course of today, we're going to see a significant dip in subscriptions, and that's okay. In fact, as I told you guys, the sub goal for this month coming up in September is going to be Halloween event. What I'm going to purposely do is wait a few days before we set up the sub goal for the month to see what the subs dip to, so at least I can set the sub goal as something realistic rather than saying, oh, we have 628 subs, let's make the sub goal 675 subs, and then, boom, we lose like 100 subs in a day, and there's no way that it could ever be reached. You see what I mean? So, let's see what happens, okay?
It tastes like justice.
Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.